So first, I wanted to talk about what is going on with Russia and Ukraine right now. President Trump and the Senate are reportedly considering more sanctions on Russia, but Trump and Putin also recently had a phone call to discuss a potential temporary ceasefire in May for the Russian celebration of defeating the Nazis. What would this actually look like in practice? The two sides have attempted ceasefires before, but they never seem to work.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, first, this petition, speaking to Trump, asking about this ceasefire.
Mm,
I think, and I think, and many people think also that this is a show of weakness for the Kremlin because they are trying to use the President Trump for asking something that. They have done before in the past. For example, last year they have the Russians announced a ceasefire for the 8th and 9th of May,
mm,
uh, but they violated it more than 100 times. But to try to involve Trump in this for many is like a surprise, and I think is some kind of weakness on the part of the Kremlin, because on day 4th, a drone, a Ukrainian drone, impact hit a building in Moscow, like 6 kilometers away from the Kremlin.
mm,
And even in this parade this year, they are not going to use heavy equipment because they think that they could be attacked by the Ukrainians. So things are changing a lot in the from 1 year to this one,
mm,
and I think this way of asking for this ceasefire is showing that they are not quite sure that they can have a quiet parade.
mm,
So this is a very important change. And about the ceasefires before, yes, they never work. It's true.
mm,
Uh, Most of them has been, to say that unilaterally, I say we have a ceasefire. Ukraine asked for this just for yesterday, and
mm,
we have hours before we have several Russians attacks. They kill, I think, 27 civilians. So it's really is not. It's not. There is no compromise for doing this, and also it's important because when we saw at the beginning when Trump started pressuring um, for negotiation talks, and you remember that Ukraine asked for a ceasefire, but a long ceasefire.
mm,
Yes, we start, for example, a month ceasefire or some weeks ceasefire, but Russia says no because they said that it was better to start to discuss peace.
mm.
But at the end, these negotiations, they are moving a lot of time. So at the end, there is really nothing. Yes, there is no compromise to change the situation
Mm.
to resolve. To work really into the resolve of the war.
Mm. Right, right. Well, that's interesting that you view it as a weakness. I mean, I think that's really important, and we have to pay attention to that.